Hello, my name is Julie Farmer from Forget-Me-Not Celebrants. I'm an independent funeral celebrant, and today I'd like to talk to you about an order of service. An order of service is the little booklet that you get when you attend a funeral. In effect, it tells the mourners exactly what's going to happen during the service. You can create your own order of service, or you can get the funeral director to create one for you. It's entirely up to you, depending on the budget and what it is that you want to do. If you create it for yourself, there are a couple of things that you need to be aware of. The first is that it's generally printed on an A4 piece of paper that's folded in half that makes an A5 little booklet. On the front cover, you will have the words "in loving memory of" and then the name of the deceased, followed by their date of birth and the date that they died. After that, you'll have a photograph of the person. The photograph is normally something that will capture their personality and their character. If they're a musician, it could be somebody holding a guitar. If they were a biker sitting on their bike, you get the sort of thing. Underneath that, you will have the name of the crematorium that you're attending, for example, Oxfordshire Crematorium or Poole Crematorium, the date and the time. And that's all you have on the front cover. Very, very simple. Turning the page over, you will then have the start of the service. The first section you'll have will be music, and you have music because when you walk into the chapel, there will be a song playing, and this can be anything that you want, so whatever the deceased would like, or something that makes you feel happy when you're going to celebrate the life of the deceased. When you're noting that, you will note the name of the song and then the artist. Underneath that, you will then write a welcome note and an introduction of the celebrant or whoever is going to be leading the service. Normally, in my instance, it will be "Welcome, my name Julie Farmer, independent funeral celebrant from Forget-Me-Not." After that, you will then have the eulogy, and a eulogy normally takes between 10 to 15 minutes, and that is just talking about the deceased in a fond, loving way. If somebody is going to speak at the service, then you'd have their name, whether they're going to read a poem or sing a song, whatever it is, you would then put their name underneath that. After that, you will then have the reflection, and you'll have some reflection music, and that can be anything. Again, you'll have the title of the song, and then you'll have the artist. And a reflection normally takes 4 to 5 minutes, depending on how long the eulogy is, because most services are only for 30 minutes. The reflection gives you an opportunity to be quiet during the service, to go into your own personal thoughts and think about the life, the relationship you had with the deceased. And that's it on that page. The third page, you will then have either a poem, or if you wanted to have the Lord's Prayer, you'd have the Lord's Prayer written out. You don't have to have any religious overtones to your service, but some people, the Lord's Prayer is very comforting, so you could put that on there, or read a favourite poem. That you will then have the committal. And this is a section of the service where the immediate family can go up, they can put a rose on the coffin, or if there are children there, maybe they've written a letter to the deceased or drawn them a picture, they can put that onto the committal. The committal will last about 4 minutes. You will then have the exit music, and again that's a song that you think the deceased would have enjoyed. You can at this point close the curtains. It's entirely up to the next of kin. Most people these days have the curtains open because the mourners, as they walk past the coffin, just want to say a final farewell. And they want to touch the coffin and they just say a personal, private goodbye to the deceased. On the back cover, you can then have some additional photographs. Normally there's 3 or 4 of these photographs, again depicting the personality of the deceased or some family members in some loving embraces, just something nice and comforting. And at the bottom of that, you will then say any donations to a charity, if that's what you want, or you could say where the celebrationary tea, the wake, is going to be after that. And that's it. That's the order of service. You don't have to have one professionally printed. You can print one yourself. I would recommend that you use some nice thick paper and some coloured printing. If you don't have coloured printing and you're going to do something black and white, make sure that the different colours of grey are going to be very effective, because that can be just as stunning as a colour. Once again, if you want to create the order of service yourself, you can quite easily do so. You just need a printer and the words. You can create the order of service yourself. You don't have to have one printed. You could do a handwritten one, but you'll need to create or produce as many orders of service as those people who are attending the service. And that's it. It's just a simple document that you can create yourself if you want to, or let the funeral director create it for you. I hope that helps. Once again, my name is Julie Farmer from Forget Me Not Celebrants, and if you have any questions or queries, please give me a call. I'm very happy to help. Thank you. Bye-bye.